Hi guys, hope everybody's doing well. Sorry about my voice. I literally have the worst cold. I couldn't even film anything for like the past 4 days because I can barely talk. So yeah, am I wrong for kicking my fiance out of the house after finding out she lied about being infertile? My fiance, 30 female, and I, 33 male, have been together for 4 years and engaged for 1 year. Early in our relationship, she told me she was infertile due to medical condition she had in her teens. I was fine with this, as I never really wanted biological kids and figured we could explore adoption if we ever change our minds. Fast forward to last week, I came home to a positive pregnancy test sitting on the bathroom counter. At first, I thought she might have been helping a friend, but when I confronted her, she broke down and admitted she's not infertile. She never was. Apparently, she lied because she thought I'd leave her if I knew she could have kids, since she knew I didn't want them. Here's the kicker. She says she stopped taking birth control a few months ago without telling me because she wanted to see if she changed my mind about fatherhood if it just happened. I was furious and told her this was a massive betrayal. I feel like my trust in her is shattered. She argued that she did it because she loves me and wanted us to have a deeper connection through a family. I told her I needed a space and asked her to leave the house. Now she's staying with her sister and texting me nonstop saying I'm overreacting and being cruel by kicking out the mother of my child. A child he never wanted? A child he thought you could never have? What? Her family's also chiming in, calling me a deadbeat dad for abandoning her during pregnancy. I'm struggling because I never wanted kids, but now one is on the way and I feel trapped. At the same time, I can't get over the fact that she lied to me for years and manipulated me into the situation. Am I right for asking her to leave, or am I justified in needing time to process this betrayal? I feel like having kids is literally one of the biggest things that you can do on God's green earth. And if somebody realizes and actually has enough self-awareness that they say, oh, maybe this is not for me, then nobody should come between that. Like, that's so evil. Imagine being with somebody, you think that they can't have kids the whole time. They're just lying to you and they trap you with the baby. This is the real definition of being trapped with a baby that you didn't even want to begin with. Like, what the hell? Okay, top comment, not the a-hole. She straight up lied to you about something big. Trust is everything in a relationship, and she broke that. You're not a bad person for needing space to think things through. She messed up, not you. He's not the bad guy for nothing. Hell, he can break up with her. And the thing is now that he's a biological father to this child, he's obligated to take care of it because at the end of the day, this child didn't ask to be here, whether it was conceived in betrayal or not. So now he's forced to be a father to a kid that he didn't even want. This is just so annoying. It's not like he can just break up with her and move along. And now, even if he breaks up with her, he still has to be a daddy to this child. What the hell? Because at the end of the day, no matter what happens between two grown adults, I don't believe in taking out on a kid. A kid is always a child. A child doesn't ask to be here. Whether you want it or not, it's still your child, and it's still innocent. It still can't do nothing about it. So, that's crazy. Am I wrong for uninviting my sister for my wedding after she demanded I change my wedding colors because they clash with her complexion? I, 28 female, am getting married to the love of my life, 30 male, in 6 months. We've been planning our dream wedding for over a year, and everything was going smoothly until recently. My older sister, Sarah, 32 female, has always been particular. She's very into aesthetics and her personal image. She's also used to getting her way. When we were kids, she was always the golden child, and my parents rarely told her no. We're not super close, but we're on decent terms. I asked her to be a bridesmaid, and she accepted. I was happy to have her be part of my special day. We decided on a color scheme of dusty rose and sage green for our wedding. I love these colors, and they fit perfectly with our outdoor garden-themed venue. I sent out a mood board to the bridal party, including Sarah, to give them an idea of the overall vibe. A few days later, Sarah called me practically in tears. She said the colors were horrendous and would completely wash her out. She has olive skin and dark hair, and apparently these colors are her worst nightmare. She demanded I change the entire wedding color scheme to something that would complement her better, like jewel tones. She went ballistic, accused me of being selfish and inconsiderate, and said I was ruining her experience. She even threatened not to come if I didn't change the colors. After a few days of her relentless pressure and guilt tripping, I finally snapped. I told her that if she was that unhappy with colors, then maybe it was best if she didn't come at all. I uninvited her from the wedding and the bridal party. Now my parents are furious. They're saying I'm overreacting and being a bridezilla. They're accusing me of ruining the family over something as trivial as wedding colors. Some of my extended family are also taking her side, saying I should be more accommodating. My fiancé supports my decision, but I'm starting to feel incredibly guilty. I'm also heartbroken that this is causing such a huge rift in my family. Maybe I should have tried harder to make my sister happy, even if it meant changing my vision. So Reddit, am I the a-hole for uninviting my sister for my wedding because she demanded I change my wedding colors to suit her complexion? I can't say that word for some reason. Complexion, yeah. Anyways, edit. Holy, didn't expect this kind of response. Thanks to everyone who shared their thoughts and similar experiences. It's been a huge help. Still feeling good about my decision, but my family drama is never fun. I also want to clarify, she's not wearing the dusty rose and sage green. The bridesmaids are all wearing different shades of jewel tones to complement the decor. She wanted me to change the decor. What? Yeah. I feel like one of my siblings were getting married and they told me to wear a specific color. Even if I didn't like that specific color, I would just wear it, unless like the outfit is like inappropriate or I don't really like it or it doesn't suit my body type or, blase. Like, unless it's something like that, then I would just say, oh, maybe I should just set this one out. I'll come to the wedding. I'll support you any way I can, but I just can't do that. But if it's just a color, even if I don't like it, even if it washes me out, it's just one day. It's really not that deep, to be honest. Like, and besides, like, as far as the bridesmaids go, the bridesmaids only wear the bridesmaids dress while they're up at the altar, right? Like when they're doing you may kiss the bride or whatever, like that speech. That's the only time where they wear the bridesmaids dress, right? Like for the reception, everybody changes to their own clothes. Do they not? You guys, I've never really been to American wedding. I don't know. Is that how that goes? Am I wrong for refusing to share my homemade meals with my roommate's boyfriend? So I, 25 female, have a roommate, Sarah, 26 female, who recently started dating this guy, Tom, 28. I cook most of my meals from scratch because I enjoy it. Okay, Nara Smith. And it's cheaper and healthier for me. Sarah's fine with it, and occasionally I'll share leftovers with her when I make extra, no problem. Lately, though, Tom has started coming over more often, almost daily, and has been helping himself to my food. He doesn't ask, doesn't offer to contribute groceries, and never says thank you. I didn't say anything at first because I didn't want to be rude, but last week I came home to find he'd eaten an entire portion of food I prepared from next day's lunch. Like, I'm sorry, but where do people get this audacity from? At certain levels in life, you have to have a lot of shame to the point that where you don't do nonsense like this. How the hell do you go over to someone's house and you start eating their food without their permission? Hell, not even, hey, can I please have some? Like, even asking somebody for their food or for their stuff would make me feel shameful, let alone touching it without their permission. What the hell? I finally confronted Sarah about it and said I didn't appreciate Tom eating my food. She brushed it off, saying, he's just comfortable here and it's not a big deal. I told her it is a big deal because I budget and plan my meals, and if he's eating my food, it throws everything off. I made it clear I wouldn't be sharing anymore and asked her to let Tom know. Fast forward to yesterday, I made a pot of chili, and you guys, I've never actually had chili. Is chili good? I've never had chili before. Anyways, I made a pot full of chili, and Tom came over while I was out. When I got back, a big chunk of it was gone. I was furious and told Sarah this was exactly what I was talking about. It needed to stop. Sarah said I was overreacting and called me stingy for not sharing food when it's just a couple of bites. Spoiler, it's not. I told her I'm not her boyfriend's chef and that I don't owe him free meals. Now things are tense and Sarah's acting like I'm the bad guy here. Tom hasn't said anything directly, but I can tell Sarah told him because he's been giving me the cold shoulder. I'm starting to feel guilty, but I don't think I'm wrong for wanting boundaries here. Anyways, I feel like the roommate is giving her boyfriend these things. And she's saying, oh, my roommate won't care. Like, here, babe, have some of this chili. I feel like the roommate is giving her boyfriend these things. Because there's no way. I know that some people do not have shame, but there's no way somebody's going to be that shameless that they're going into somebody's fridge and eating food that they prepared that they had no business touching. I feel like the roommate is giving her boyfriend these things. Top comment, not the a-hole, period. Tom sounds like an a-hole and a mooch. You should tell Tom directly that he needs to stop eating someone else's food. You've done nothing wrong. Don't let Tom, Sarah, quietly act superior and confront them both together and tell them exactly what you have laid out here and that you expect him to behave like a grown adult human and stop stealing food. Because that's exactly what it is. Thievery. People get so comfortable stealing from other people just for the sake of it. It's crazy. I would never have the audacity to do that. I remember at one time when I used to work at Nursery Rack, in 2021, was it? They had like a whole entire thief in the store, like who was one of the workers, and they'd be like, "You guys don't leave food that you want to eat later in the fridge because there's somebody that still did." Mind you, management is saying this. I'm like, what the hell? Maybe look at because the cafeteria place that we were or the lunchroom, it was a big lunchroom and it had like camera. I was like, why don't you guys look at the camera and see who the hell it is that's stealing these people's food and tell them directly, please do not do that. What the hell? And they're like, it's too much work. Laziest management I've ever seen. Mind you, like you have an entire thief running around stealing your workers' food and you're warning me, girl, please, that's embarrassing. Get together.